Ngo wesani ni Njebira Oliver ngalwe Nyabugando Primary School. Inje ngo wesani tare enyabugando. Abana baebo bukali. Situte birikolesya benene. However, tunawutebeke. Betu ngabana baebo bukali bakanza ebirikolesya benene ngesabuni. Twanza nesya bucket shabo. Omubutuku bwabo obwerienda kwa myatsi yabu yabakali. Itwangana bya ebo eribya itwangana bahesya beseni siri enough batokeri waticha obuyonjo ibwabane kwa bana baebo bukali abanyabuganda. Nerumwe bindu ebi tuwite binyoho. Tuwite syabafu ibiri esabuni liquid soap tukana ola betu ikahwa luba. Sangwa tukana bakwa byala kwa kutsevu. Obulinda mbiyosi omwana tekiru na kolechi enanabo. Ibya bibane toko school.
So
government totulya saba yitu he ebindu ebiri enough. Yangana tuwaticha nesya beseni 10 iyatruha esya wash esya sabuni esya bana bangawamo. Like white stars batwange box ye white star nukwa bana betu babye ebo bangana nabo obulinda mbiyosi ibatwanesya liquid soap ebipido ebiri enough.
okay.
Yes.
So in other words, since we are fighting this epidemic, twangana bitukaida special budget.
Yes.
Tatukaniri okukindu ekyo.
Twangana tukaita a special budget for that purpose. Itwa nuku tulebi trawa ebikitu tokesha erilwanisha obulwere bwa Ebola. Sango obulwere bwa Ebola obu bukanza itokulesya ebindu binene. Nerunge sente ezinge budget yatu. Hachire government yanganemi yetu waticha ngesha milioni 2. Twana troka erule bindu ebikisa stainingachi fighting Ebola omuskuru yetu ya Nyabugando Primary.
Milioni 2 seno nishyetamu the whole struggle even if it runs for a year
Aye nishyetamu. Kusangwe byetu kokolesa yange sabuni ede itutu abana ngokubakana ba tukana kolesa ya 3 liters. Kusangwa emibere y'abana ngokubakana beramu omwana kende tuye kalwayo enanaba akalweka enanaba. Netulya sabane government yitu hena a temperature akumaka kapime temperature nuko mwana kingiro mwa skuru itwaminya anendeke kuzya malwaliro mwa skuru. Wasinja wamasiala Njebira Oliver erilwe Nyabugando Primary School omwambondo elubiriha town Kasese.
Chukana.
My name is Matembele Fred, a teacher at Nyabugando Parents Primary School in Mbondo, Lubiria Town, Kasese, and I'm a health master at this school. So, with the Ebola outbreak and ways we are trying to manage it, by having some compliance items like hand washing facilities and disinfectants like chlorine and liquid soap. However, they are not enough. Our appeal to the government is they should provide for us enough hand washing facilities because our population at school is high.
How many people are you talking about?
I'm talking, for example, at Nyabugando Parents, we have like 1,500 students. So 1,500 students don't need like one hand washing facility. They need more than those.
Like how many?
We need like even 10, such that children can wash their hands at any time they want. Then we need very many temperature guns, such that when it comes to measuring these children before they enter in schools, we should not use one temperature gun. It takes time to monitor all people using one temperature gun. Then when it comes to some of the disinfectants like chlorine and whatever, they are not enough in school. We need a variety of those jerrycans. Like you can even have like 5 jerrycans of chlorine. We need to have masks. We need to have gum boots, gloves, such that when it comes to trying to overcome this disease, we need to be protective, to have protective gears.
Okay. In other words, should we say that if we are to fight fully this epidemic, we need a special budget for schools?
Exactly. It is needful. This special budget will help. For example, it should be like 6 million in a term. 6 million in a term. The Ministry of Education and Sports should come and help us in trying to make a special budget for schools in trying to fight this disease.
Okay. You remain?
I remain Matembele Fred, teacher, Nyabugandu Parents Primary School.
We are going to follow them up seriously, whether they are being put to use. Inspector, start inspecting that also, whether these people are putting to use the hand washing facilities. And when you find someone has not complied, is not putting it to use, is calling it Red Cross, UNICEF, those who supplied us with those materials, take action. You get it? It is a preventive measure of very many diseases. I want to thank you and wish you well. Let us together fight Ebola. I say this for God and my country.
So if you do not get a chance of being screened and your woman is pregnant and she gives birth and this baby is not vaccinated, just know the baby will carry the disease. And this is hepatitis B is a silent killer and is killing us badly. Many of them are attributing it to poison, maybe someone was poisoned, a lot of things. It is silent, it's not like Ebola. For it to take, it keeps eating you up. So what message am I putting here now? Let's screen. If you are found negative, get the vaccine. There are 3 doses for you, the adults now. But this baby, regardless of the mother's status, who has delivered, we are giving all of them that vaccine and it is at the facilities. So we are giving 3 antigens. Those antigens is OPV, that is polio, tuberculosis, and hepatitis B. So there is BCG that protects against tuberculosis. There is the hepatitis B vaccine that protects the baby against hepatitis B. Then the polio, oral polio. Then this woman is supposed to come back at the facility at 6 weeks. If you've delivered in the facility, remember, that one I must also put it there. If you have delivered in the facility. If you've not delivered in the facility, you are now the community health leaders. If you know anyone, it is also an alert by the way. You should also say so and so, delivered from home. Please, health workers, come and help us. That mother should be sent to the facility to receive this. So at 6 weeks, the woman is supposed to go back to the facility. You see the diseases, I think, there is whooping cough, influenza, Haemophilus influenza type B, rotavirus vaccine, and polio. There is also pneumonia. All those things, because people have been complaining that the injections are many. Have you heard that? The injection, colleagues, should be many. But our children should be protected. Today I wrote something. Be healthy today and get stronger tomorrow. Don't look at the injections, but look at what are they doing. I know there are those who say children, now the fathers, that child cried a lot. Don't take my child back. But again, when you get sick, you are all going to sleep on the cement. You get? From these vaccine-preventable diseases, I can list for you the diseases. There is diphtheria. For me, I trained from Mulago. I never saw this case. And why? It's because they had already introduced this vaccine in 1986. That's when UNEP was established in Uganda. And for those who were in school those days, who were told to write UNEP in full. You get? So, in 1986, diphtheria was already there. It was a disease, and they gave us that vaccine. Which you see many times when children are given this vaccine, you hear them saying, the children do cry a lot. At 6 weeks, children do cry a lot. Then, this woman, after 6 weeks, will go back at 10 weeks to the facility. He's going to receive the same vaccines he received, because now we have DPT1, PCV1, Rota1. I was just telling you about the Rota vaccine when my brother was presenting, that they used to call it Ebola Mwandra. Do you still hear about it? It disappeared. For those who have not received the vaccines, maybe, but it at least is not the Ebola Mwandra which used to happen in 2018, because it was too much. It was claiming babies. And even the pneumonia, we no longer see children on oxygen the way it used to be, because the vaccine also was introduced. So at 10 weeks, a woman again comes back. At 14 weeks, he will also receive the same in that line from 6 to 14. The same vaccine. Now, here there is another vaccine that we have just introduced that me and you don't even think about it, but again it was introduced to save our children, because our children are dying so much because of malaria. We introduced a vaccine called malaria vaccine, and it is given in rare, I should say the rare schedules that mothers were not used to. At 6 months, many times women don't bring their children, because many times they would say, that red thing, I will even get it in a clinic. I'm not going to the facility. But remember, when this child is taken to the facility, they are going to do even other things, gross monitoring. If a child is 6 months, there are certain things he's supposed to have reached on. So if you don't go to the facility, all those things will not be done. So there is a vaccine now we have put, malaria vaccine. Malaria vaccine was introduced in 2024 in April, and there are 4 doses. Dose 1 is received at 6 months. I should say there is an age range from 6 to 11 months. So those are the children we started with. If you are between 6 to 11 months, your child was eligible to receive malaria what? Malaria vaccine at a facility. And the Kasese were lucky, who were among the districts, because not all districts received this vaccine. It was almost 107 chance. 107, 104 districts. There were 107 districts that got this vaccine. 105, okay. So, if a child was brought to the facility when the child is 6 months, this child is brought back at 7 months to receive a second dose of malaria vaccine. Those are the rare schedules. Remember, the mothers were not used to them. They used to know, I'm going maybe at birth, at 6 weeks, at 10 weeks, at 14 weeks, then I will go back at 9 months. Isn't it? The mothers who are here. That is how it was. But now at 7 months, this child is brought back. At 8 months, this child is brought back. At 9 months, the child is brought back to receive another vaccine called measles, rubella, then yellow fever. And if you remember very well, even in Kasese, we vaccinated adults from 9 months to 60 years. We did that vaccination, but it was now introduced into the routine schedule that at 9 months, your child is supposed to receive a yellow fever vaccine and measles, rubella vaccine. So, we have gotten issues because now we have vaccines that are given after the first birth year. That is now again our malaria vaccine dose 4 and our second dose of measles, rubella. Mothers have really forgotten about it. For those who know. So for those who do not know, I'm giving you this message that we have 2 doses of measles, rubella. We have 4 doses of malaria vaccine. The first dose is given at 1 year and a half. The second dose of measles, rubella is given at 1 year also and a half. So many times we have forgotten. And we have children who are now even 4 years. They never received that second dose. And we have measles in communities. I know we are looking at Ebola, but if surveillance is strongly done and they focus on it, we have cases of measles. It is claiming lives of children in Karamoja. It is claiming life of children even here in Mubende. Mubende is not far from us. It is claiming lives of children in Chegegwa and Chenjojo, and even in Vundivujo. So we cannot tell here, maybe you may find they are saying it is pneumonia, but the pneumonia came due to measles because you get complications. So when your child makes 2 years, remember we have assumed he has received all those doses. We have our girls, and you know very well that people have been coming to schools to look for these girls who are 10 years old. To receive which vaccine? The senior women teachers. If a girl has made 10 years, HPV for her. Thank you so much. So we are protecting our children who are 10 years old against a monster also called the cancer of the cervix. But many times again, we are discouraging parents, even us, we are not taking our children to receive this vaccine. Colleagues, me, I took my child, I moved all the way from Vundivujo because they had not yet introduced it. It was introduced in phases. But I traveled all the way from Vundivujo to Kampala to go and pay for HPV vaccine. They were selling it at IHK 120. I remember. My child had made 9 years. By then they were looking at 9 years. You know, science keeps changing. So I took my child to receive that vaccine. But many times we always discourage. We would be the people to advocate if your child makes 10 years. Now to you here. If your child, and is a girl, makes 10 years, the first gift for this child is to receive this vaccine. Then you put the cakes and sodas after giving what? You just take the child to the facility. Because many times you've been waiting for us at schools. And colleagues, I request you start calling the health workers to visit you. The health facility around your school, you can mobilize them to come to you and at least to talk to the children. Because whenever we bring these services, you find that there are teachers who even chase us. We are going to ask the parents, we are going to do what? These vaccines are pre-qualified. They are all qualified. The way you take your child at 6 weeks is the same way you can take your child at 10 years. It's the same way you can take your daughter at 15 years. to receive tetanus vaccine. You get? So there is no vaccine that you must seek consent for. I know there are other vaccines that Mr. Ndege may talk about, but all of them, I know that they are bringing them because we need to be protected. Like mpox vaccine. Who received this among us? Who received the monkeypox vaccine? Who received the Ebola vaccine? Ebola Zaire. So we are protected. If it comes, the Ebola Zaire, you can get sick, but you will not get severely sick. Who received the COVID-19 vaccine? And when you receive those vaccines, what are they doing to us? But remember, there are myths about them. So we request you to be to lobby for us. I'm not going to rule the benefits because I know you know these benefits. And I think I've talked about them. Do I need to talk about the benefits? Do I need to talk about the benefits, colleague? Tell me yes or no. And now you are the ones going to tell me the benefits of immunization. There is only one, which you know. Do your work. But remember, if the child is sick, you have your business, all business. Everything collapses. You get? So vaccines are safe, effective, and free at all government facilities. They are very safe. So I request you, my dear stakeholders, we have a campaign in October, 1st of October to 5th of October 2026. We are going to vaccinate children between 9 months to 59 months. 59, you get it? It is 5 years, below 5 years, 5 and below. We are going to vaccinate all of them. So if you have that number in your school, that age group, don't ask for any letter. Letters have come. This time, Minister of Education has written, Minister of Health has written, Minister of Gender has written. Hope you've received those letters. Talking about that campaign. Because we want to boost the immunity of our children. If you look at the performance in Kasese, which I never wanted to project on immunization, you will just know that we are sitting on a bomb. As we are responding to Ebola, which is in the DRC, there are things we need to even respond on in our homes. In our homes and in our neighborhoods. There are children who are not vaccinated that are within your localities. So with that said, I request you to advocate for us. Please call us. The health workers are available. Thank you.
Do his work. Now there are these stupid rumors, manya, Bill Gates, manya kayulen kubas, manya kayulen kubas, you know what. Sometimes, if I want medical information, who do I ask? Do I ask the witch doctor to tell me whether the vaccine will work? If your information is from the border man, then we have trouble. Okay? Listen to rumors, but also question what? Rumors. We got polio vaccines, many of us. We are healthy. So, do vaccines have problem? Maybe. But not that much as those who are not what? Vaccinated. I sit on NITAC. I sit on a national advisory team. One vaccine to come out, it takes millions and billions of money. So please, if the vaccines are there, use them. With those few words, so Kasese is doing badly, very bad by the way, very bad. Ask the kids, those in lower primary, if they have received vaccinations. If they have not, advise their parents to do that. We are now going to what we call 16 traveled from Congo to get treatment in Uganda. and were able to get them when they reached Kampala. We've not got any case in Kasese or Bundibujo, any border district. We don't have any case there, not a single one. So far, all these cases moved to Kampala. And I'll tell you why. Because out of those 16, I can heavily say I knew or I saw many 13 of them.
Ninje kule Erisania nga respect of schools or the Kasese district local government. Nero munabwire tuwete engagement na abasomesya erirwa mu masukuru 33 masukuru ayo wale kwa mutano ne DRC kusye Congo noko
Primary, second.
Mule primary schools, mule secondary schools, kandi mule na tertiary institutions. Neryo obuli school matukaruse ya kwa head teacher na sanitary teacher aima na senior man teacher. Neryo chirale kitobabrekera hano tukasaba sister eriwereria some knowledge eyibanga kolesha basic knowledge about Ebola disease na chikuru chirale kitwabaleta kandi twasomborera aba tuleba lusayo kwa mutano masukuru wale hakuya kuino mutano owe DRC kusangwa tukabe tunayikengira tuti esa hayo siyosi yanganarwa somebody you infected neryo batolere bega ngabanga handolinga bati abana kusangwa mu masukuru mukabya abana banene abakalo mu byalo kandi bakalwayo abandi sitwasiye bakalwa neryo tukanzira bahereria some knowledge about ngokuba kandi bakahandolinga abanabo ku school kusangwa ku school ka abantu banene obulwere bwa masa it can easily spread to the community. Abana abakasomera Uganda na report senga woterero ku masukuru wali kwa mutano bakawende aba wuti abana bakasomera mu Uganda bakabaleta neryo ebasibikara mu community like they have gone to school neryo tamu ikabya yikahwako ebasubewa jonga sibali kurosinga olusi nashali olusi sibali kurosinga buli kiro. They don't cross on daily basis.
Now,
as I had no immediate solution, except abasomesi na teacher, but be cautious about health tips. Geshere tande kirako, geshere nabo, so that to maintain general cleanliness. But as of now, the government in Namasai kahimbira, amasukuru, whatever nabanen. Neryo banamwende bakaingurizinga classrooms on some schools.
Toilet
Kutya, even toilets they are providing. Yes. Maybe recolesia like Vernavra, like they're encouraging head teachers and bakatungo kusende. They make sure they buy like cleaning material utensils like sabuni, sanitizer, so that it is all over the place. Abana batukirekolesha
itunemu ukegaya kwa border kuleko like abana sometimes after school bakaitsungera mu mibiri mutina obusuburo obuli kwa border halia. What is your message erangerende abana kandi they don't carry this disease maybe from community to schools because it can easily spread?
Atia okolande rwabana kusina amasukuru ababuti tunamulengishere tungeshande esha babuti okumasukuru ayi nukuna butuba systemizing so that obuyindo batukakola ku sukuru no buyirinde nababikole mamiya kandi neribesya ndibalekere ikiriri abana eribye bakasoko mushe bakaende Kongo so umwatsingo yene mwababuti tunamande tukamitika omashande
basinja kutsibwa amasiyaro
ngali kule Erisania aspect of schools.
Sencha Erina nitumine desire. Erina nitumine desire, a teacher from Kisolo Primary School. Ebisebu byatukatunga kutebika ebyanga bikatulemesaye erebya etukayirenda kutyareheta obulwere obwe Ebola kirende tuwete ebikolesho beke ekyo kubanza ukasangana abana babyo ni banene neryo abi nge school iyabiri ikathoka bintu bike like washing facilities netwa bitukasaba government tuti iyabikathongera kusikathubanira washing facilities. Then it was twathunga kwa bintu byotukasahira kwa sente erula liquid soap. So liquid soap kasangana on the other hand abandu bana bakabya ibangana keherwa kuya bya bituhwera luba neryo sasento sangana shabye ni seke omwaskuru neryo sangana twabe tukalemesibawa neryo tukati bitokwa kwa Ebola. Neryo nechende ukasangana tutoletwa tukathunga abakoli abangana bibakitu ati chingo kwa shageti abana bakingera obunga masukuru amani wauti shageti neryo wasangana ehakibi hakathuhiba ishasende ngomundu wekibyaka byokwa gate eribi nakapima abana abe temperature yabo omanshenchacha bakingiro kwa school neryo wasangana ichabikikane tukalera ko lwande lweshasende eseribi twangana tuha omukoli nkoyo oyanga bina kiyaka tutestingira abana bokwa school omwabutukubwa lu njenge ndiwenti.
Okay. Nibya
Washing facilities enough. They should provide us with washing facilities.
like how many?
Now like my school, Chisolo Primary School, Yamatua teach a government Yamatua teacher with the let me say 10. Yes. They will have helped us. Then when we come to liquid soap, they can provide us with 20 jerry cans. Or even 100, because now this is continuous washing daily. You like it or not, you must. So then also provide us with money to give this such a person who will be helping us in checking the temperature of the learners.
Wamasiara
Namasiara ngalitumine desire akasomesa Chiho Primary School. Akakolanga Chisololo Primary School akakolanga sanitary teacher. Messenger.